What up, dogs? Welcome back to Garo Text Clicker Heroes. Let's get right back into it, shall we? Last episode, we did a little bit of ascending and got some Thalo and then Atlas action. So here we are, working on that piece of business right now. Let me just go back in this previous episode. Garo Text Clicker Heroes 220. Oh, is it that much already? 220 part 1. Okay. So I did recently get some people commenting on the channel saying like my channel is like a little weirder than other YouTube channels. As you might have noticed, I'm a little bit of I'm a little unprofessional, a little bit less production values on my shit. I don't edit my shit at all, like not even a little bit. The only time I edit my shit is if I get a content ID match on my video and they're like, oh, there's this song in there that's not supposed to be in there, and I'm like, no, there isn't. But also, I don't want to fucking fight this and like lose money, so I'm just gonna go in, edit video, and remove song, quote unquote. All it does is remove like the audio for like 30 seconds or some shit. I'm like, that's fine. As long as I make the money off of this video and YouTube doesn't, you know, suck my left nut too hard, then it's good. But yeah, someone pointed out like, oh, like your banner's a little barren, you know. It's your videos started off having thumbnails, but now they don't. What's going on there? And also, like, why aren't all of your videos on the playlists? You know, well, you know, a lot of it is like it's a lot of busy work on my laptop, which goes pretty slowly in these situations, especially since I'm sharing bandwidth with, you know, roommates. I don't even know what the fuck they do, but apparently they use the internet to like work as well. Maybe they're YouTubers as well. I don't know. I've never heard them record though, so yeah, probably not. But yeah, so it's like I'm sharing bandwidth with these people. In my old setup where I had like a fucking big old like internet all to myself, Ethernet cable, so it's like the fastest it can be. And also really strong computers, fucking like huge like Mac, like you know the new Macs where like there's no like tower, the computer tower is just like all in the monitor basically. I got one of those big ones. I even spent a little bit extra to like make the graphics card like super good because I knew I was gonna be like recording shit for my YouTube channel, and then yeah, and every time I upload like a Clicker Heroes episode, even if like the Clicker Heroes episode is like an hour long, it would only take like 5 minutes. I'd be like, dude, this is like the best ever. But now whenever I upload like an 8-minute Clicker Heroes episode, like I did like two episodes ago, that one was like 8-9 minutes. It still takes like 30 minutes to upload, and I'm like, yeah, it's not as good. It's because I'm working on a laptop now. I don't know if you guys, if some of y'all are new to the channel or not, but you know, the girlfriend that I'm talking about in these previous episodes that I'm going this Saturday to the New York barbecue place with, she's a new girlfriend. I used to live with the older girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, I guess is what they're called, not older. She was older than me, but also ex, because she's not my girlfriend anymore. And we paid for the computer together, and you know, I cheated on her with this new girl, sort of, kind of. It's the craziest thing, man. She admitted to me that she was, you know, lesbian, and that she likes women, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I started dating this other girl, and I didn't think nothing of it, but apparently she still had feelings for me, so I was like, what? I mean, I thought you were lesbian, because you like girls, and we don't even, like, do it no more. I thought this was okay, but apparently it wasn't. Apparently it's still cheating when you have a, I guess, girlfriend, but you date another girl, especially if you're living with this. Yeah, okay, I sort of understand it now. Okay, I was living with this girl who was my girlfriend, and then she told me she was lesbian, and we continued living together. It's like, honestly, mostly because she had like the computer there, and I wanted to, yeah, I wanted the fucking computer. Fucking sue me, okay? I wanted to use the fucking computer to work on my YouTube channel, okay? But then I was just like, I can't fucking live like this. No girl's gonna want to come over if she knows, like, oh, I literally sleep in the same house as like my ex-girlfriend, and I'm only there because I want to use the computer. Even if she's like a lesbian now, so it doesn't matter. I guess it's like it's a little strange. Yeah, so a little personal info right there. So now I'm living someplace else. I couldn't finagle getting that computer with me on my way out because, you know, you know what? Sometimes I think she just like pretends that I cheated on her, you know, just so that she can keep the computer, because we paid like half and half. In fact, I paid a little bit extra than she did on the computer. So like logic dictates that it's mine, but I guess you know, I'm one of those guys who lets people walk all over them. When people content ID match my videos and they're like, oh, fucking there's a song in here that's not supposed to be content ID match, I'm just like, I mean, I could dispute it, but it'd take a long time. I'll just remove the audio for like I'll just remove the audio for like 30 seconds and, you know, appease everyone. That way we'll just all get on with our lives. This happened when I got kicked out of my apartment in Kingston a while back. It was one of my good friends, Casey. She's been on the channel. She was the one who kicked me out of the apartment. It was because we were living with this other chick. Like, apparently she couldn't pay rent, even though when she started like living there, the agreement was that we would all just pay rent at this exact like time that we specified. But for some reason she just couldn't pay rent on that date, so she would like, me and Casey would pay like half of the rent each, and then this girl would just pay us back like 15 days later when she gets paid. Oh shit, I shouldn't have leveled up OG. I'm an idiot. We need to level up Terra. There it is. Okay, much better. But yeah, so I didn't have a good job at that point. I was working retail and I was barely making ends meet with my regular amount of rent when it was just split up 3 ways. So now I had to pay like extra with this girl, and it was, you know, it was crushing me a little bit. Not to mention, like, after a few months, she just like stopped paying me back. She of course paid my other roommate back, but she was like, no, you know, I'll pay you back as soon as I get the money to do it. And I was like, yeah, but you paid her back. Where's my half? She was like, nah, I don't have it yet. And I was like, this is garbage. I can't be paying like half the rent if I'm living in the smallest fucking room. But I couldn't say shit because like they were like fucking besties, and like fucking like she like played the fucking mind games, and eventually Casey kicked me out because of the fucking mind games. It turns out that she was like a complete terrible human being, and Casey realized this very soon, thankfully, and just like fucking, you know, kicked her out as well. But not until she also squeezed like $1,000 of rent out of Casey as well. I only got like the short end of the stick there. Casey definitely got like fucked hardcore. She owes her like 1,000. She only owes me like 150 or some shit like that. So I was like, I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine with with not being in Casey's shoes right there. And also I was totally fine being kicked out of that apartment. Because check this out. It's like the craziest thing, okay? So, you know, serendipity, you guys, fucking like karma and all that shit fucking exists, because check this out. They had originally said, okay, you need to, you know, you shape up or ship out. We're gonna give you like 30 days, a whole month. And then like 10 days later, they're like, no, we gotta kick you out. I was like, you gave me fucking 30 days and now you want me out by the end of the month? Like, I'm a resident there. You can't fucking do that. I've got squatter's rights, even though I'm not a tenant. I can fucking stay there for at least 6 months and then find my own place in my own time. But at that point, I was just like, I don't want to pay like $800 in rent that I don't need to, just to like stay at this apartment. And with these fucking like shitty ass people, and you know, and yep, I'll take that. Thank you. 15 minutes. Oh god, that's so good. So I was like, fine, I'll find a new place by October 24th. I set a date. I was like, yeah, October 24th, I'll find a new place, and I'll move there, and it'll be fine. So this is a few years back, and it was the year that Sandy hit. So I moved into this new apartment in Midtown. It was actually Spanish Harlem. It was a neighborhood I was actually very familiar with. And what's it called? So yeah, I moved in October 24th. And I believe either October 25th. Yeah, I think it was the 26th. October 26th is when Hurricane Sandy hit New York City. And my friend Casey and the bitch roommate, who were still living in the apartment in Kingston, were completely cut off from Manhattan, meaning that they could not go to their jobs, meaning that they were hemorrhaging money that entire time that they were, like, Sandy was hitting. And that would have been me if I had not moved out when I had done so. Not to mention, at the time I worked in the Levi's store in Times Square, and the Levi's store and the Oakley store in Times Square, which just so happened to be like across the street from one another, were the only two stores open in Times Square during Hurricane Sandy. And you might think, oh, this probably was dead, so nothing was probably going on. No, dog. You don't understand. That next, like, few days that Hurricane Sandy was hitting were the most busiest days of our fucking existence. We made like $1 million in like $1 million in like 3 like days. Whereas usually you make $1 million at a fucking retail location in an entire year. Yeah, that's how fucking crazy it was, you guys. It was because literally, because there are tourists there. Tourists, oh, let's get Lilin. Oh, fuck yeah. Tourists are not gonna like sit there and be like, oh, well, it's raining outside a lot. There's a hurricane going on. No, they're gonna fucking go out and do stuff. They paid to come to New York City. They're gonna go out and do stuff. Or at least look to see if there's any stuff to do. And they did look, and they found that the Levi's store was wide opening his doors wide open for them, and we, sold a bunch of fucking clothes and shit, because, we're the only clothing place open, whereas usually people, like, go, like, look around and like, maybe I'll find some other clothes someplace else. No, dude, we're the only place open. You want to get clothes, you get it from us. Not to mention, I got, like, fucking double, triple overtime that weekend. I went over the amount of hours and I made so much fucking money that, like, the loss that had hit me from uprooting myself and, like, moving to, like, a new place almost instantaneously fixed itself, and in fact I got a little bit of surplus from it as well. I tell you, man, karma's a bitch. Karma is a bitch. You think your life is going downhill at one point in your life, getting kicked out of an apartment from a friend who you thought was like, who you thought was a friend to you. You feel a certain way about that. Emotions are high. You think you're at the end of your rope and whatnot, and it turns out that was the best fucking thing that could have happened to you in that minute. So it just goes to show you, man. It's good stuff. I totally forget why I started on this tangent, but I'm so glad I did. It's such a good story. I love telling it. The fact that not only did I make like the best like fucking money ever from working like fucking nonstop. I was actually also interviewed for like Huffington Post because they're like, oh, why the fuck is Levi's store open during this time? And I gave them a little insight on that. They also, Levi's store also like paid for me to take a cab to and from the place I was living at in Spanish Harlem because all of the subways were down. So, and because I was in the city, I was one of the only people able to like work, so they had me work like 24-hour shifts or some shit like that. It was ridiculous, dog. I was drained, but also fucking made fucking bank. Just goes to show, good things happen. Good things happen to good people who have good intentions. And I never did anything wrong to them, two people, and somehow they still fuck me. But dude, karma's a bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. So like, subscribe, comment if you're enjoying the series thus far. I know I am, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.